It's prom week at Osseo area schools, and Osseo police are doing something different to encourage safety. Reporter Sonia Goins is live at Osseo Senior High School to explain. Sonia, what's going on?
Hey Shannon, school just let out here at the Osseo High School, and to the surprise of many students, the Osseo Police Department is here to greet them. No, they didn't do anything wrong. It's actually a pretty good thing. Behind me, let me show you what's going on. Some members of the Osseo Police Department are watching to see if students buckle up as they head out of the parking lot. They're actually posted up at 2 different locations. And they're doing this as a reward for students to do the right thing. Police and a student group are handing out 150 holiday gift cards. Students will be able to buy Monster energy drinks from the Osseo Holiday Store. Prom is Saturday, and police want this to serve as a reminder for them to buckle up and be safe.
Teenagers result in about 56%, according to the CDC, of all deaths from motor vehicle accidents, and as a result of not wearing their seatbelt. So we want to make sure these kids are giving a positive message back to be able to wear their seatbelts.
Now, distracted driving is also a problem. Police want to tell folks, put the cell phones down, pay attention to the road, and be safe. Live in Osseo, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
All right, thank you, Sonia. Police from the Northwest Metro stood guard Wednesday in St. Paul to honor law enforcement officials who died in the line of duty.
Howard Johnson.
Officers from Brooklyn Center, New Hope, Robbinsdale, and other cities took part in Peace Officers Memorial Day. The mood was solemn, especially for Robbinsdale police, who remembered one of their own.
Every half an hour they're doing a wreath ceremony and playing of the taps. Last night at 8 p.m. there was a ceremony for John Scanlon, and myself, Captain Foley, and Chief Franzen, and then Reserve Officer Traddles presented a wreath in honor of John Scanlon.
More than 280 officers in Minnesota have died in the line of duty. A Brooklyn Park company is one of 6 to receive state funds to create new jobs. McLaughlin Gormley King Company will receive $425,000 from the state's Job Creation Fund. MGK makes insect control products. The company is in the process of moving its operations to Brooklyn Park from Golden Valley. The move is part of a plan to expand and create nearly 40 new jobs with wages averaging about $34 an hour. Also in Brooklyn Park, the first Chipotle drive-thru in Minnesota is open for business. Known as a Chipotlane, people can order from a computer or a phone app, then drive to Chipotle to pick up their food. This is one of just a few Chipotles in the nation offering this service. The restaurant is located at Zane and 93rd Avenue. Wednesday marks the beginning of a new era for the Robbinsdale restaurant scene. Pig Ate My Pizza officially opens its doors at 4 p.m. The original incarnation of the restaurant closed about 4 months ago, which allowed them to move their operation down the street to a larger space formerly occupied by Travail.
Finally here, the space is beautiful, it's great. It's going to be a lot of fun, family friendly, a little bit of something for everybody in this place. It's going to be awesome.
The restaurant also plans to offer a new 6-course tasting menu. The food will be paired with beer once they acquire their license to brew beer on site. Some students aren't afraid of a challenge, and this week's Standout student has proven that time and time again. Reporter Meredith Hackler introduces us to Vshin Yang, who is well known in the halls of Maple Grove Senior High.
With a smile on his face and a book in his hand, Vshin is more than happy to be completing an assignment. He's never been one to back down from a challenge.
He's been engaged in learning. He's been interested in what we're doing in class. He works hard. He goes the extra mile with his annotations and his contributions to class. Vshin shows insight into literature above and beyond his peers.
And literature isn't the only advanced placement class Vshin is taking.
One of the big reasons is why I took a 5A class is just kind of like my way of saying like, thank you, and this is what I can do to my parents. And also, I think that one of the cool things about AP classes is that you not only learn a lot academically, but you also learn a lot about just your character.
Vshin is the oldest of 5 siblings, and he's always felt like he needed to set a good example for them. However, his kind nature extends past his family. He also does what he can on student government to make sure all students' voices are heard.
There's a whole lot of people I can meet, and there's a whole lot of stories that haven't been told that I'm just able to immerse myself in, you know. There's a whole lot of students here who aren't able to be recognized as often as, you know, they should be, for example, like the art students.
This year, Vshin made an art gallery for Maple Grove Senior High art students to display their work. It's another challenge that he didn't shy away from.
He is not afraid of challenges. He is not afraid of meeting a challenge head on and exceeding expectations for the task given. So be that in writing an essay, completing a presentation, but also in just his attitude towards school and working with other students.
And staying positive is Vshin's advice to other students, hoping to make the most of their high school experience.
Trying to live life not to prove others wrong, but trying to live it to prove those who believe in you right, since that's kind of a way to sort of separate yourself from just the kind of bad juju that goes on in school.
In Maple Grove, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
Students at Good Shepherd School in Golden Valley found a colorful way to cap off the school day.
What is this?
This is our 3rd annual Color Run. We have over 300 participants that are joining in the fun, getting all full of color. And all the money that we raise for this is for our classroom renovations. So it's a win-win for everybody. A beautiful day to be outside, beautiful colors, and beautiful new classrooms.
And talk about a beautiful mess. You can find out more on this story and all of our stories on our website, ccxmedia.org.
The Totino-Grace baseball team is having a strong season, but the Eagles have stumbled a bit of late. On the flip side, Osseo is faring better later in the season. The Orioles paid a visit to Totino-Grace. In the bottom of the 2nd, Kyle Gagnon lifts a fly ball to right field to score Ben Palmer for Totino-Grace. The Eagles get on the board first. They lead it 1-0. In the top of the 3rd, Osseo's Jake Contreras singles to right. Nelson Lynch scores from second base on the play. That ties the game up at 1-1. An inning later, Connor Nygaard will find the hole on the left side past the shortstop. A run scores as the Orioles grab the lead for the first time at 2-1. Then leading at 3-1, Matthew Kitzman delivers a single to center to bring Nygaard around. A big 3-run inning for the Orioles as they take a 4-1 lead over the Eagles. In the 6th, though, Totino-Grace battles back as Palmer gets a hold of one, and this is a no-doubter. His solo shot brings the Eagles back to within 2 at 4-2. In the bottom of the 7th, the Eagles pull within 4-3, and Palmer hits another long drive, but this one's in the park, and Nygaard makes a nice running catch to end it. Osseo holds on for a 4-3 win. They've won 4 of their past 5. Maple Grove's baseball team lost some close games early in the season. They've been chalking up wins on a more consistent basis lately. They hosted Spring Lake Park Tuesday. The bottom of the 2nd, Daniel Markson's ground ball takes a big hop off the edge of the grass, and it's into left. Scores Ethan Dexheimer, and the Crimson get the first run of the game. Then Kyle Kukkonen strokes a base hit up the middle to score Joe Schmidt, and it's a 2-0 lead for Maple Grove. Nate Ross rips a ground ball down the line. It's another run-scoring hit as Jeremy Click hustles around for a 3-0 Maple Grove lead. In the top of the 3rd, Tyler Weens gets the inning-ending strikeout with the Panthers runner at 2nd. In the bottom of the 4th, Dylan Peck slices a bloop hit into shallow left to score Kukkonen. Peck goes to 2nd for a double. It's 5-0 Crimson. And they get 2 more in the 6th and win 7-1. Maple Grove has now won 6 of its past 7 games. The important conference and section meets are just ahead for local track and field teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Bragging rights in District 279 were on the line as Park Center hosted Osseo and Maple Grove. Osseo's Lex Davis anchors her team to the win in the girls 4x800 relay. The Orioles' winning time is 10:26.1. The girls 100 hurdles, a good battle in the middle as Maple Grove's Heather Ryan edges Gabrielle Bodine of Osseo by 0.14 of a second to take the top spot. Ryan's time is 15:56. The boys 110 hurdles watch the inside lane as Osseo's speedy Collins Mokua pulls away from the field. He wins easily in a time of 14.98 seconds. The girls 100 meters. It's a close battle. Third from the right in green is Park Center's Georgia Toe, and she just edges Osseo's Charlene Yagan Coho and Mercy Zelli for the win. 12:59 is Toe's winning time. In the boys 100, Jai Dupree of Osseo is in the inside lane, and he sprints to the win ahead of Park Center's Emmanuel Tamba. Dupree clocks a 10.87 for the win. To the boys long jump, and Eli Barlow of Osseo goes 17 feet 9 inches here to place 5th. As we check out the team scores, starting with the girls, Maple Grove wins it with 95.33 points. Park Center is 2nd and Osseo 3rd. On the boys' side, it's Osseo taking the top spot. Park Center is 2nd and Maple Grove 3rd. At the Lake Conference meet, the Hopkins boys win, edging runner-up Eden Prairie. Edina is 3rd with Wayzata 4th and Minnetonka 5th. Edina wins the girls' meet with Minnetonka 2nd. Hopkins, Eden Prairie, and Wayzata are 3, 4, and 5. The boys' tennis playoffs are underway. The majority of teams in our area compete in Section 5AA. In first-round matches, Armstrong falls to Buffalo. Cooper loses to Irondale. Park Center is edged by Rogers, and Osseo falls to STMA. Quarterfinal matches are Wednesday at High Seas.